Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're stepping into something pretty cool. The virtual squared circle of the Artificial Intelligence Wrestling Alliance. AIWA, basically.
Right, and the idea here is taking all those, those dream matches we've all argued about forever,
Oh, yeah.
and actually making them happen using the WWE 2K25 engine as the powerhouse.
Exactly. It lets us really dig into those what-if scenarios, doesn't it? Like, way beyond just barstool speculation.
It really does. It moves it into, well, simulated reality. You get to see how it might play out based on a ton of data.
Okay, so the big one we're tackling today. This is a monster. Stone Cold Steve Austin versus Ric Flair.
The Clash of Titans.
But, and here's the twist, it's set in an alternate 1999. Imagine WCW Monday Nitro never, ever went off the air.
Wow, okay. So WCW survives and thrives.
Thrives. And in this world, stunning Steve Austin. He never becomes the Stone Cold we knew in WWE. He evolves, but inside WCW. Let's get into it.
All right, so this isn't just about one match, is it? It's like rewriting a huge chunk of wrestling history.
Oh.
We're going to explore how that timeline might have looked, how this specific Flair-Austin feud could ignite it in that environment.
Yeah, the personalities clashing within WCW, which is key.
And then, obviously, the AIWA simulation itself, how the AI brings it all together.
Okay, so let's set the stage first. Our reality, the one we know. Stunning Steve in WCW, early 90s. Hollywood blondes, great stuff.
Yeah, really talented.
But by 95, he's frustrated, creatively stuck. You know the story. He leaves.
And that leads directly to the birth of Stone Cold in WWE. Game changer, global phenomenon.
Right. Now let's flip the script. The AIWA alternate path, Eric Bischoff, he sees that stumping in Austin earlier on, that intensity.
Okay, so instead of letting him go,
He doubles down, maybe sees past the stunning gimmicks sooner. He decides, no, this guy stays. We build something around him.
so no ringmaster detour in WWE. Instead, we get like a WCW grown version of that rebellious character, maybe a bit darker, emerging right there on Nitro.
Exactly, that anti-authority vibe, but it's homegrown WCW. It's been shaped by that locker room, that style.
And on the other side of that coin, you've got the Nature Boy, Ric Flair.
The absolute bedrock of WCW, especially Nitro. In this alternate history, he never does that stint in WWE in the early 90s. He's always there.
He is WCW, the constant, the multi-time champ, the limousine-riding, jet-flying embodiment of the whole company's legacy.
Yeah, he's Mr. Nitro.
So, think about that for a second. You've got a WCW that's still fighting the Monday Night Wars, maybe even winning.
Right, still going strong.
And it has both Flair and this proto-Stone Cold Austin on the same roster, likely hitting their strides around the same time. That's huge potential.
Potential for an absolute explosion, which is exactly what our AIWA scenario sets up.
Yeah.
Let's fast forward a bit to early in 1999 in this alternate WCW.
Okay, so the pieces are in place.
Yeah, and you start getting this friction between Flair, the established legend, the guy who built the place,
The standard bearer.
and this WCW molded Austin. He's got that rebellious streak naturally, and he starts aiming it at the veterans, the old guard.
And who's the ultimate symbol of WCW's old guard? It's got to be Flair.
It's gotta be Flair. He becomes Austin's main target.
And Flair's response, I mean, you can picture it, can't you? All pride, defending his turf, his legacy, everything he bled for in WCW.
Oh, yeah. The promos would be legendary. Flair reminding everyone what WCW means, positioning himself as its defender against this upstart.
While Austin's just relentlessly chipping away, right? Not backing down an inch.
Not at all. Week after week on Nitro, it just escalates. We're talking those classic, intense confrontations. Maybe Austin uses a chair when Flair's not looking.
Oh, definitely some chair shots. And the promos would be cutting deep, blurring those lines between storyline and, well, reality. I feel incredibly personal.
Yeah, not just another feud. This would feel like a fight for the soul of the company, almost.
And think how that would split the locker room, too. You'd have guys aligning, wouldn't you?
For sure. Maybe someone like Booker T, hungry, representing that newer generation. Maybe he sees something in Austin's attitude.
Yeah, I can see that. And Arn Anderson. He's standing with Flair, no question. His enforcer, his friend.
Always. And what about Sting? Where does he fit?
Good question. Probably watching from the rafters, right? Maybe staying neutral, but warning both sides about tearing the company apart, that feels very still.
It really does. So this whole thing, it's way bigger than just who holds the title.
Oh, absolutely. It's legacy versus the uprising. It's tradition versus rebellion. Playing out live on Nitro. Imagine the buzz.
The audience would be absolutely electric. So let's dig into the characters themselves in this specific WCW context. Austin first.
Right. He's not just Stone Cold dropped into WCW. He's developed there. Still drinks beer, still raises hell.
But maybe honed by WCW's, slightly different in-ring style. Maybe a bit more emphasis on the brawling, but perhaps, I don't know, a bit more calculating, colder.
Possibly. Like he's leading a real movement within WCW against its established structure. He feels like a genuine internal threat, not an outsider.
And then Flair. It's 1999, so yeah, he's older, but he's still Ric Flair. He's still the man.
Exactly. That ring psychology. Still top tier. The promos. Untouchable. Maybe the stamina isn't pure 80s Flair, but he's smarter. He's the ultimate ring general.
He'd rely on that experience, the mind games, the dirty tricks, anything to outsmart and outlast this younger, more explosive Austin.
And the fans. Think about the crowd reaction. It would be completely divided, wouldn't it?
Oh, massively. You'd have your old school WCW loyalists, the ones who grew up chanting, "Woo!" They're sticking with Flair, defending the tradition.
But then you've got this whole wave of fans, maybe younger, maybe just anti-establishment, drawn to Austin's raw energy. They want to see the old guard fall.
It's that perfect generational clash, but playing out specifically on WCW turf during Monday Night Wars.
Yeah.
That context is everything.
It really is. This isn't some fantasy match in a vacuum. It's on Nitro. In that era, the intensity from the crowd alone would be off the charts.
Okay, so that brings us to the match itself, the AIW Universe simulation. How does this actually work?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting. AIWA uses WWE 2K25's simulation engine, which is already pretty sophisticated.
Right.
But they feed it way more than just like overall ratings and move lists.
Okay, so what else goes on?
They're inputting detailed career histories, specific promo styles and catchphrases, how their rivalries typically played out, even things like fan reactions from specific eras pulled from, say, old Nitro broadcast data.
Yeah, so it's really trying to build a complete profile for each guy in that specific context.
Exactly, it's holistic. And crucially, AIWA doesn't step in. Once the simulation starts, the AI tells the story.
So no puppeteering the outcome.
None. The reversals, the big spots, the near falls, who ultimately wins. It all comes organically from how the AI processes all that data and the wrestlers' program tendencies interact. That makes it unpredictable, just like real wrestling.
Okay, so let's visualize Flair's AI in the ring. What's it doing?
You're going to see classic Flair tactics programmed in. Technical wrestling, working a body part, probably the leg, using the ropes for leverage.
The chops, the strutting.
Oh yeah, the charisma has to be there. But also, that ruthless streak, bending the rules, using every psychological trick. He's trying to frustrate Austin, wear him down mentally and physically.
And Austin's AI.
Pure controlled chaos, right?
Yeah.
This could be programmed for brawling, mud holes stomping in the corner, the Luthez press, that relentless aggression.
And always looking for that opening for the stunner.
Absolutely. The stunner is coded as that ever-present danger. The move that can end it out of nowhere. The AI is built to reflect that explosive, unpredictable, never say die attitude.
So it's not just watching a video game match, it's like watching a simulated piece of history that never happened.
Precisely. It's using this amazing gaming tech to give us a peek behind the curtain of a massive wrestling what-ifs. It's a glimpse into reality fans have, wondered about for decades.
It really does make you think, wrapping this up, how different wrestling history could be. One guy stays instead of leaves, one creative decision goes another way.
Yeah, those pivot points are huge. And this potential Flair-Austin clash on Nitro, it just perfectly captures that feeling, that road not taken.
Absolutely. So now we got to turn it over to you listening. In this alternate WCW, with these versions of Stone Cold and the Nature Boy going at it on Nitro in '99, who wins?
Yeah, who you got?
We genuinely want to know your prediction. What do you think happens?
Let us know. Don't just sit on it.
That's right. Jump into the comments, pile drive that prediction in there. And hey, if you enjoyed this deep dive, how about you drop the like button for us?
And maybe sharpshoot a share to any wrestling fans you know who dig this kind of talk.
This is AIWA.
Where legends never die.
And timelines never sleep.
It really makes you wonder, though, how does thinking about this simulation, this alternate path, how does it change how we see Flair and Austin now? Their legacies, their appeal, even outside the context we usually place them in. Definitely some food for thought there.
Here is your